Shout out to everybody that is tuned in on our Facebook page and is live and direct. We are here in the TGM studios. I'm your girl Delica Browness, and we have a very special guest that is sitting in our hot seat, we will call it. Our show is aired here live every Tuesday between 9 and 11, and make sure that you go over to our YouTube channel to check out our videos that are being posted every week. We have interesting artists that pass through every week, and trust me, you want to catch up on what the Upnlive show team is doing. TELIXIA INICO. TELIXIA INICO. I got it right. Same tell you, I did tell you me that I get it right. You are our special guest today. Welcome and thank you for accepting our invitation. How are you?
I'm good, man.
You
I'm
good?
Yeah.
Good. So TELIXIA INICO, not TELIXIA.
No, not
as
TELIXIA.
I firstly pronounced it. It's fine. It's all good. You learn something new every day. So tell us a little bit about who you are. Who is TELIXIA INICO?
Okay, so TELIXIA INICO is a spoken word artist and a creative entrepreneur. That's me in a nutshell.
Like,
Nutshell, you know.
bam, like straight to the point.
Yeah.
So spoken word and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So before we go to the entrepreneur side, how did you get into spoken word? What was the driving force behind you getting into that section of the art industry?
So I started writing poetry at 11, and that was basically to help me get educated, because when I was in school, I just couldn't connect with the curriculum. So every year up until year 10, I was kicked out of school, and I would go home and I would write poetry, and that's what helped me read, write, helped me learn like to love books, literally educated me.
Oh, okay.
So I used that as a way to kind of maneuver through life and just learn, really.
So you channeled the negative energies into and made them into positive ones.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. And so from doing all of that, so did you go to uni and study creative art, or it is just based on
just
being
talent.
just see
talent,
you just
man.
when you're talented, you're
Exactly.
talented. That's the whole thing. Okay, cool. And is it being a part of the creative arts industry that led you to being an entrepreneur? What you said you're an entrepreneur. What aspect of being an entrepreneur are you into?
So I do a lot of spoken word for like corporate companies. So if they have like an event coming up and they want to talk about like diversity and inclusion, they'll bring me in to kind of start that conversation using spoken word. I do a lot of workshop facilitation with like some young people, go into schools, and I also do it in the prisons as well.
Okay.
With ex-offenders, I do a lot of that work, building confidence, but using spoken word to kind of drive that.
Okay.
I also own a online music platform called Upnlive, which is about showcasing other up-and-coming artists, whether that's rappers, singers, poets, but we have a live band, and it's a neo-soul kind of sound.
Okay.
So I do that as well. I also am a published author. So I have a book.
No, things been happening in the pipeline.
Listen.
Pipeline is
a woman who wears many hats.
Yeah. So
I like that.
I have a book out that's in Waterstones, Barnes and Noble. So that's doing really well. And so at the moment
you're busy.
I'm very busy. Very busy.
That's
but
good.
It's all spoken word. It's using that. That's the thing that drives my business.
How do you feel when you do spoken word? Because I know for people, like for DJs, it's like an outlet. Yeah, them feel good. For artists who are singers, the singing artists, that's their outlet.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel when you're doing spoken word?
So at first, when I started writing poetry, like it was I used it to kind of like educate myself. And then I used it to kind of navigate my way through like gang culture. I was heavily involved in gang culture from 13 to 19.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that I saw. So my spoken word was a lot like therapy, and for me to kind of understand certain things and get things out. So, that some people do boxing or some people go to the gym. That was the voice for me. So when I now write, I write to inspire people. Like, I can't write from a place of anger or from a place of hurt. If I'm grieving or if I'm hurt about something, I have to take a moment and step back to be able to write something amazing. If I write something from a place of hurt or anger, it's rubbish.
Jumbled.
It's not any good. So I literally have to come outside myself to create an amazing piece of art.
and based on how you've expressed yourself, I get the feeling that this has helped you to learn more about who you are.
Exactly.
Because if I'm frustrated, I'm just frustrated, full stop.
Yeah.
And I eat that. You understand? Put on the face. Everybody just knows that I'm upset.
Yeah.
But for you get the opportunity to look at the situation, assess how you feel within that moment, and then share it through your writing, which is very good.
Exactly.
So you have several projects.
Yeah.
The latest project that you are working on. Tell us about that.
So, P.O.E.T is a spoken word EP.
Okay.
So it's my first proper full body of work that's coming out. It's going to be released March 27th.
Cool,
available for pre-order on the 6th of March, so in a couple days. And it's 4 tracks. And each track basically symbolizes the things that I care about. So it lets the world understand where I'm currently at in my life, if that makes sense. So like there's a track on there called The Importance of Education. Importance of education is more so about you can learn other ways other than the norm or other than the curriculum. Yeah, you can learn creatively, you can learn in other aspects. So the importance of education kind of picks that apart. Then I've got another track on there called Blades and Roses. That's highlighting knife crime.
Okay.
But in a way where it's like, just because someone's been affected by knife crime doesn't mean they're in a gang. Yeah, normal people have been affected by knife crime too.
Just seeing what is happening on a daily basis.
Exactly. Right. Picking that apart and really making people like think outside the box. I've got another track on there called Help.
Okay.
Which is called Heal Everything Life's Precious. So it's like an acronym, and that's about mental health.
Okay.
So last year my friend Nash committed suicide. Well, in 2018.
Right.
And that made me think, actually, we need to have a bigger conversation about what's going on. And it was only through that incident where I kind of understood, actually, mental health can lead to suicide. Like, this is mad. So I wrote Help, kind of trying to just like make people understand it's a bigger issue and we need to start having these conversations between our peers.
Okay.
And there's another track on there called Everybody Wanted to Know Cadet, which is a cadet tribute. Okay. Which is a tribute to my brother, R.I.P. He turned 30 yesterday. Well, he would have turned 30 yesterday, so I wanted to have a track on there where people really understood like both of our journeys and how I felt about him. Do you know what I mean? So that was super important, especially because he's the one that kind of pushed me to get this project out. Yeah, right. So I feel like I owe him that, you know. So we're here, man. So that's what P.O.E.T's about.
Thank you ever so much for sharing that.
Nobody don't know that. That's an exclusive.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much. You heard it first here on the Upnlive show, guys. Let me just point that out. Thank you for sharing that. That's very deep. But we're in the month of March, and if persons are in tune to social media, it's March for mental health.
May for mental health. March for International Women's.
No. ITV is doing a March for mental health.
Okay.
Segment.
Okay.
And that just popped up when you talked about help. That popped up like immediately.
Yep.
So I'm going to be asking you to share a snippet of help. Are you okay with doing that? I'm not sure if I've touched any nerves, because I know people have to be, mentally prepared to do certain things.
So I don't like when you put me on the spot, because I don't like.
Welcome to the Upnlive show. This is what we do.
Do you know what? Yeah. If we done this after the 6th, then I wouldn't even mind.
Okay. But let's rein it in. What's happening on the 6th?
That's when it's pre-order. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you don't want to give us?
Yeah. I can't really give you like.
Okay, guys. So here's what we're gonna do on the 6th of March.
Yeah.
We're going to go over and we're going to be pre-ordering.
There you go.
The projects.
There you go.
So you can look out for that.
Yes.
Stay tuned to TELIXIA INICO. Right? Got it right. Stay tuned to her projects and follow her journey, because I think it's a very deep journey you've been making strides in a short period of time, because you're not old. I just spotted the age. You're definitely not old. And you have been doing quite a number of things within poetry, and we do appreciate it. Is there anything or any projects or any poetry that you would like to share with us? I'm putting you on the spot now. You don't have to do anything that's on the pre-ordered project, but share something with us.
I can share something with you.
This is
called The Statement. It's currently out now on Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes. So yeah, you can kind of stream that and copy it.
Okay, go ahead.
So it goes, allow me to cut myself as I bleed the same color blood as the next guy. Red is what I see when they try and segregate me because my skin color is a darker shade. In my eyes, I am human first, but in theirs, I am a 21st century slave. When will people of color be treated like the rest of the human race? All lives matter. If that's the case, why are black people still at the bottom of the food chain? Publicized through the media as the ones who kill their own race. Full up of ignorance and lack knowledge. Deal drugs and hold guns. Are in gangs and won't get jobs. If all lives matter, why did my brother die from selling CDs outside of a shop? And they gave us the license to carry. But then when informed, they choose to kill us on the spot. An on-duty cop can kill a black man and go home scot-free. But a black man can't kill a police dog and get community. What about our justice? He gets a lifetime behind bars. Because the system is designed to imprint the black brother with permanent scars. All lives can't matter until black lives matter. All lives can't matter until the white officer with the badge can see past our skin color. Hundreds of years ago, we were slaves to a nation. Thousands of years ago, we were the heads of our nation. So what has changed? We marched to be free instead of hitting back properly. Boycott stores and burn bridges permanently. We line the pockets of the oppressors, then wonder why we don't get taken seriously. Black people are the top spenders, but the bottom earners. How can black lives matter when I can't even get my people to believe in my dream? 1,000 people with £100, that's one fully owned corner shop in my town. We can all succeed if we stop with the envy, jealousy and hypocrisy. Black lives can truly matter when we help each other build a legacy. Allow me to cut myself as I bleed the same color blood as the next guy. Red is what I see when the oppressors try and segregate my brothers and sisters, including me. Freedom is what I seek.
See that?
Snaps.
Yeah,
Snaps.
you see that something in there?
Deep.
I open to take this word of advice because this thing is deep.
Deep, man.
Time for us as black people stop hating ourselves.
There you go.
Stop oppressing ourselves because they say slavery abolish, but we're still in slavery because it's mental slavery.
It's mental,
Yeah,
enslaved.
So we need to start love our black brother, treat our black brother as how we'd like somebody to treat us.
There you go.
You understand how you treat your boss or somebody who inspire, somebody who you look up to. That's how we should treat each other, no matter how small or big they are. Treat
No matter
everybody
how
with
we're on
respect.
the level there. Thank you
go.
ever so much for
There you
sharing
go.
that.
No problem.
Whew. My God, got a little emotional there, man. What is one thing you'd like to share with other persons who might be struggling with, you know, venting or getting out their emotions? What can you advise them to do in order to encourage them to take poetry on?
For me, it's like, I think people should definitely find their outlet, because what works for me might not work for someone else. But, you know, definitely find an outlet. Just because you're not interested in poetry, you know, poetry doesn't have to rhyme. Like, this is what we're taught in school, you know, Shakespeare, it has to rhyme and all of this stuff. That's not true. As long as you've got a pen and paper and you can just write down your emotions, the way, if you want to then put it out to the world, then obviously you got to craft it in a certain way. But if it's just you, and just get that pen and paper and just lay everything down, like, just get it out there. But yeah, again, it could be something else. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be poetry, but it's definitely an amazing outlet.
Nice. And where can we see you performing live? What shows are you having in the next couple? Why are you laughing? In the next couple of weeks, couple of months during the rest of the 2020?
I've got an amazing show coming up, but I can't say where it is yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Like,
so what do we need to do? We need to stay
Sing it,
tuned to
Brennan,
your
yeah?
socials.
Yeah, you need to stay tuned to the socials,
Which
because in the
is?
next couple of days I'm gonna put it out.
Okay.
Which is TELIXIA INICO, everything.
I'm
gonna spell it. So TELIXIA That is TELIXIA.
Right.
That's everything.
Not TELIXIA.
TELIXIA.
Yes. So remind us again, when is the next project going live? When can we pre-order?
So you can pre-order P.O.E.T. March 6th on all digital platforms.
Cool.
And it's releasing March 27th on all digital platforms.
Good.
So yeah, let's go.
Any last words you want? Anything you want to share with anyone else before you go?
I just want to say thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I've been like trying to do rounds and stuff like that, and I know spoken word is such a niche market. Do you know what I mean?
Very minute.
Exactly. But I'm making waves, and I'm just really trying to like bust the door open and push the door. So I appreciate you having me and just taking that time. So thank you, man.
Thank you for coming and sharing.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
No
we do appreciate it. A different setting here on the Upnlive show.
Vibes.
So follow her page. Look out for the details. Remember, you can pre-order on the 6th, and it goes live on the 27th of March. Thank you ever so much for passing through.
Love.
And we will be having a special guest shortly. We're going to drop some more music